welcome to IAS Origin. India is a vibrant democracy, and the success of a democracy depends on the number of people participating in this democratic process, that is, in the election processes. But nowadays, the election process is hampered by a big problem, that is freebie culture. Yes, free gifts being distributed among people to lure them to vote. One of the scholars named Parth Chatterjee, in his book, I Am the People, said one very nice line. He said that the rich people do not vote much. The poor people are lured to vote, and the middle class is the class that is actually voting in the election process. The rich people are so much engrossed in their own wealth. Yes, here he emphasized and made a connotation to the freebie culture. He said that poor people are often lured, उनको लालच दिया जाता है by distributing various kind of gifts to cast their vote to a particular party who is offering them these gifts. That is why they are lured in voting, and the election process is highly biased in India. Because if we see onto the various data, it is the lower class which forms a major chunk of the voter base. Yes, India में maximum population एक low income group के अंदर आती है, and though they might be illiterate, they do not have much knowledge about the various schemes and policies of the government, but they're taken onto a particular side of a particular party by these freebies. Yes, it is often criticized. During the Delhi Assembly election, one word became very popular. Revadi. Yes, Revadi culture. This is a very important word. You can use this word in your answer writing also. Wherever freebies comes, Revadi culture is a mention. Revadi. Originally देखा जाए तो this is one of a kind of a sweet in the North India. But this came into topic when in Haryana and Delhi there were elections going on, and there were n number of promises being made by the political parties that if they win the election, they would distribute this, they would do that, and they were distributing gifts, be it laptop, be it bicycles. So all these were doing. It was a kind of sweet given to the people to cast their vote to that particular party. And as a result, this Revadi culture was criticized, and this is still continuing even today in 2023. Yes, in Telangana, cash, gold, liquor, freebies are being distributed. Can you imagine? Freebies of liquor are being distributed. Yes, similar is the case with MP, where the elections are going to be held soon. And there also the case is same. All the freebies are getting distributed. So, today let's discuss in detail what this freebie culture actually is and what are the advantages and disadvantages associated with this freebie culture. Before starting on to our topic, I would like to tell you that you can enroll with IAS Origin for the Prelims cum Mains program, where you'll be getting live classes, current affairs PDF, one-to-one mentorship session, and a personalized strategy plan and a personalized timetable based on your needs. So let's discuss what freebies actually are. As per the Reserve Bank of India has given one standard definition because this was often in a bone of contention, whether it is a freebie or it is a welfare scheme. As a result, Reserve Bank in 2022 report gave one particular definition, and they defined it as a public welfare. Welfare measures are provided free of charge, but it also made a mention that they are different from the long-term benefits. Yes, it is a short-term benefit. It is a welfare measure. It is a non-merit good. Yes, it is distributed free of cost to the people for the particular purpose. But what is the difference between a freebie and a welfare scheme? Can we differentiate between them? If we look onto the difference, freebies are short-term. They are often given during the time of elections. Whenever election will be approaching near, there will be n number of freebies given. Bicycles, laptops, cylinders, gas connections, free electricities. All these are given, but only during the election tenure. But if we talk about the welfare scheme, they are a well thought after plan. Yes, welfare scheme. We talk about public distribution system. We talk about Narega. All these are a well-planned scheme which are brought about by various acts. इनके पीछे काफी study की जाती है, and then they are brought about with a particular purpose and a particular goal. Also, these welfare schemes are towards a targeted population. That is, हर welfare scheme की target population रहती है. If we talk about PDS system, it is for the BPL, below poverty line people, Antyodaya Anna Yojana for the BPL people. And if we talk about midday meal scheme aimed at school students, so एक particular target population रहती है, उनके welfare के लिए लाई जाती है. Freebie is to lure the voters. This is a one big difference. Freebies are done so that they can garner vote of those people. As you can see, freebies are mostly distributed in the rural areas and the people who belong to the low income group, because they do not have that much education and knowledge about the politics and the ongoing schemes. As a result, during the time of elections, they are being awarded with various gifts so that they can be shifted to their side, and they might think, yes, this political party is helping us, they are providing us with their amenities, so we should vote for them. As a result, this is to lure a voter. And if we talk about welfare scheme, they are aimed at promoting social justice, equality, human development. Welfare scheme with PDS system, providing basic necessity of food to those people. Midday meal scheme, to increase the enrollment rate in the school. So they have a particular motive of development and growth in the society. So the welfare schemes are in a positive sense. They are meant for the growth of the societies. Whereas freebies, we can see, might be good in the initial stages but often distort the election processes. Yes, they hamper the true voting behavior of the people. They hamper the democracy of they hamper our democracy. There might be a thin line difference between both the welfare scheme and freebies, but definitely freebies are something that distort the election processes. So let's discuss in detail the disadvantages associated with it. It creates a dependency syndrome. If you are giving something to the people, they might expect that in next election year also they might be getting it. As a result, they get dependent on the political party, and political party, to gain vote, keeps on giving these freebies, and as a result it comes into a syndrome which is known, and as a result this is often termed as dependency syndrome. According to Association for Democratic Reforms, it is an NGO. This was established in 1999. It conducts various studies regarding the election processes in India. So according to ADR, it shows that 41% of the voters in Tamil Nadu said that they cast their votes based on the freebies. Yes. Now can you imagine, एक particular population में से 41% population is voting based on कितनी freebies distribute हुई हैं. Freebies तो particular short term goal है. पावर में आने के बाद वो पर्टिकुलर पार्टी काम कर रही है एक्चुअली या नहीं, दिस इज नन ऑफ द बिजनेस. दे डू नॉट सी दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग विच शुड बी द एक्चुअल एम एंड गोल ऑफ अ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. दैट इज बीइंग नेग्लेक्टेड, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द फ्रीबीज द votes are given. This in long run discourages the development and promotes such practices which might not promote the growth of our economy. Next is the fiscal burden. Now, when the political party is distributing these things, this is often putting a pressure on the funds of the government. Yes, the hard-earned voters' money is being given as a freebie. Now, as I said, there is a thin line difference between a welfare scheme and a freebies. You might have often noticed many welfare schemes are rolled out just during the time of election. As the election are about to held, एक महीने पहले कोई एक particular scheme लाई जाती है. For example, we can see electricity getting free of cost, MG Narega. These are some of the schemes which were bought just merely before the elections, and they proved to be quite beneficial because they proved to be an added advantage for the political parties in winning those elections. But the problem is with these welfare schemes that they put a pressure on the government expenditure. उनकी वजह से government का जो expenditure रहता है, it rises, and the problem with them is that they increase the government expenditure. Government expenditure substantially increase होता है, and when this expenditure is more than the revenue or the earning of the government, it creates a fiscal deficit, and fiscal deficit is very bad when it is for the revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure मतलब आज के expenditure के लिए, because long term में इसका benefit नहीं आएगा. If the government spends on capital, road construction, hospitals construction, educational institution construction, उसका return आता है long run में. Therefore, that expenditure can be incurred. But these welfare schemes are like money gone today. They won't be recovered back. And this kind of deficit creates a huge burden on the fiscal consolidation. Next is resource misallocation. Now, as we know, resources are often limited, and an economy needs to function better, then it should differentiate between the needs and the wants. And during the time of elections, when these freebies are distributed, the resources are taken away from the actual need. Now you're distributing bicycles and laptops to students saying that they would help them in the studies. But instead of these laptops and bicycles, had there been betterment in the infrastructure of the school, in the quality of the education that is provided, it would have been a long run benefit. And as a result, this is a resource misallocation. Quality compromise is also there. Just to gain votes, a huge rush of freebies is created and the quality is not at all seen. It also puts an impact on the environment. Now, environmental impact bhi hota hai iska, because according to a CAG report, it is said that when there were distribution of free electricity in Punjab and Haryana region during the time of election, farmers kept on overusing the electricity. Yes, over exploitation होने लगा था electricity का, ground water का. As a result, हमारा ground water तो deplete हो ही रहा है, overuse हो रही है electricity. All this is creating a pollution problems plus a crisis for the future. एक environmental impact create कर रही है. Therefore, we can see that freebies के बहुत सारे dimensions हैं, बहुत सारे disadvantages हैं, not just limited to the money and the voting, but also to environment and economy in the long run. Freebies हमेशा से एक controversy रही है Indian democratic elections में, because if we talk about election commission, yes, election commission of India जो कि 324 article के अंदर constituted है, takes care of the election process in India. It has said that there should be a provision in model code of conduct. Yes, the model code of conduct should be amended और एक provision लाना चाहिए that whenever a political party says about a freebie or a welfare scheme, they should give a basis of how that expenditure of that particular scheme will be carried out and how that money will come. A whole detailed analysis needs to be taken. So this was a recommendation of Election Commission of India. But what is the thing to concern? But what is a thing of concern is that once Election Commission in 2022 said about Model Code of Conduct amendment. Okay. And after some months, the same Election Commission said freebies are a lifesaver. They are promoting freebies. They also said in their statement that this is a work of Court of India to bring a particular law controlling freebie and it is not in the hands of Election Commission of India. Now you can see two different contradicting remarks by a particular body. A constitutional body है which conducts free and fair elections throughout the India, जिसमें पूरा India का election process based है. It is changing its opinion time and again after months. So what is it? It is the constitutional body getting politicized. This is something fishy. As a result, we can see that freebies have also created a blanket opacity in the process of election. वहाँ पे transparency reduce हो रही है because of the lack of laws. But however, seeing to India's socio-economic culture and the population here and the group and the dominance of the low-income group, there are certain advantages also associated with freebies. So let's discover in detail about these advantages. It creates a public outreach and engagement with the public. Now, when the political parties do election manifesto, they often come in contact with the people of India. They often come in contact with the people. As a result, there is an exchange of ideas and views. People get involved in the election processes. Those who might not be interested in the election might come into the voting behavior because of these freebies. Many people go to vote for this purpose only, though their vote might be lured, but they are getting into the process. And with the time, they might also gain better insights into the election processes and can cast a better vote for the next time. This is one of the benefits. Another is economic growth. In one of the reports of Niti Aayog, it was said that bicycles were given as freebies in Bihar and West Bengal election. Now they were criticized कि bicycles इतने massive level पे क्यों distribute की जा रही थी, but they did one of the particular benefits. उससे enrollment rate and retention rate increase हुआ था for the girls because travel distance इतना ज़्यादा हुआ करता था that people often did not go to school. But after getting the bicycles, they often went to school. So enrollment rate and the retention rate increased. That was one of the benefits. Now this also serves as a social welfare because various welfare schemes are targeted as the social empowerment. Social empowerment, equality लाने पे, so they promote the social welfare. Also, these reduce the income equality. According to the Reserve Bank of India report, when loan waivers are given, farm loan waivers, that whatever loan they are having, government usko chuka degi. This is the most common freebie that is distributed during the time of election, because farmers form a major chunk of voter base in India. So loan waiver scheme relieve the debt burden and improve their credit worthiness. Unka loan waive off kar diya jata hai. As a result, they are relieved of it and can utilize that fund for the further processes. So we can see that income equality is brought about by these freebies. However, we cannot deny the fact of the disadvantages that are associated with the freebies. Supreme Court, in one of its landmark judgment, Balaji versus State of Tamil Nadu, it said in that statement that there is a difference between efficiency and welfare. Particular welfare scheme या कोई भी scheme लाने के लिए efficiency होनी चाहिए. It should be distributed for the particular goal, because it is a mandate of the government to bring about social welfare in the society, as is also given in the constitution under DPSP. Yes, directive principles of the state policy mein, it is a duty of the government to implement the welfare schemes for the society. So it is a mandatory thing to implement these schemes. But these schemes should be rolled out efficiently, not inefficiently for the election purpose, for the short-term purpose, but for a long-term goal to actually bring about development of the society. Therefore, a proper legal provision should be introduced for these freebies or the Revadi culture in India to make our democracy more transparent and more vibrant, such that it is not hampered by the disadvantages associated with this culture, but is flourished for the betterment of the society. Yes, I would like to quote here one of the quotations. Give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. When you give freebies, you are doing for the benefit of a short term, एक particular time के लिए जब तक election नहीं हो रहा है, for a particular day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. Particularly in quality education, आप लैपटॉप्स दे रहे हो, लैपटॉप देके एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम का गोल हो रहा है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर लाओ, बेटर एजुकेशन लाओ, then that person will be learned for the whole lifetime and would be an asset for our economy. Therefore, freebies should be distributed in a rational manner for the benefit of the society as a whole, not for the political gains. So that was all about freebies. Hope you like the video. Do like and comment, and for more such videos, please subscribe to our channel IAS Origin. Thank you.